All right, here we go. Let's do this. It's Prop the Mic. We are live on YouTube, on X. We got some special guests today. Tim Trad, we see a lot of the time on the podcast. So welcome, Tim. New environment though. So he's joining me in sunny Southern California over here. So we both have some nice sunny backgrounds, and then we got Josh, aka Jonesy Trends, joining us. It's been a minute since we've had Josh on, so welcome back.
Appreciate it.
Good to see you, man. Good to see you.
Fresh dad.
Yes. Yeah. Congratulations.
It's a great feeling. I appreciate it.
Congratulations. Always, I know probably a little sleep deprived. I've been through that before, but no better feel, like you said before we went on, no better feeling in the world. So congratulations again. Let's get into this. We got a tricky. At least I'm thinking it was a little tricky for me. Dave and I were on the phone earlier going through the slate. Not a lot jumping out at us, so we'll dive into it here in a minute and see what we got. But before we get started, just want to remind everyone of the special promo we've got going on with Props.cash. Limited time offer to give PTM viewers 50% off their first month of Props.cash using code PTM50. You're going to see us use Props.cash here in just a second. So take advantage of the opportunity yourself to try it out, see how it can help your prop betting game. And code PTM50, 50% off your first month. You ready to dive on in, fellas?
I'm very ready.
All right. Let's throw this up on the screen there. Let's get a fresh props.cash window fired up. Let's go here. We're going to start with NFL. We got the Steelers heading into Cleveland. These AFC North matchups are always interesting. Cleveland are 3.5-point dogs at home. Total is a minuscule 36.5. Can't even get close to 40 here. On a short week, Thursday night, weather is an issue. It's looking like a bit. So curious to see where you guys ended up in this game. Let me get the screen up here. Share my screen. We're going with this one. All right. Josh, why don't you start us off? What were you liking in this game?
All right. So for me, I know weather is definitely a concern. I live in the Midwest, so it's snowing here kind of right now. It's been like snowing off and on. I know Tim is in the Midwest as well. Not right now.
Running away from it. Yep.
Hold on. Sorry. I'm getting a phone call. For me, I'm going to be looking at George Pickens. I like his receiving yards here. I know the weather is terrible, but this is a spot where you're getting his number super low.
Can you guys see the prop screen? No, right?
I cannot see the prop screen.
Right now. What's going on here? Give me 1 sec. Sorry, guys.
No worries. Yeah, that total's been plummeting. It started low and it's just getting lower. It feels like a old school college football scenario with all the rushing. But yeah, I looked in the a couple receiving spots too. Feels like a big running back day though.
Yeah, it's definitely. I mean, they're definitely going to run the ball. I feel like we see stuff like this with weather and people steam lines down like, oh, they're like it's going to be a lot of running and which it will be, but
they still got to sling it though.
They're going to throw the football. They're professional athletes. They, more than half of the London games that we watched were playing in the rain. The Steelers just played in a game, I want to say like maybe a month ago where, it was a delayed start because it was freaking pouring. And that was like a super late game, primetime game. But we know the field was wet. The conditions weren't the best. Probably wasn't snowing and stuff like that. And it wasn't, 30 degrees outside. But end of the day, these are, especially Russell Wilson. He's played in environments like this before. So I don't think he's going to be scared to throw the ball. I kind of like, Pickens, short. Let me see here.
Sorry, guys. I'm trying to. You guys are doing a great job. Just keep talking. I'm trying to figure out why the screen share is not working. Give me.
let me give you one thing I saw that really supports what you're saying too. So there's the negative game script, obviously for Cleveland, and then Jameis Winston, who's always a negative game script quarterback. He's trying to sling it, but his passing attempts, not completions, attempts line is 34.5. I see his projections anywhere around 32, 33. So I mean, that's a lot of throwing the ball. He has been over 40 the 3 games that he's played. 50% or more of the snaps, 41, 46, and 46. So not only does he need to get a negative game script to throw it, but that line there's plenty of attempts there. They got Russell Wilson at like 26.5, projected at 27, 28. So, I mean, they still think they're going to throw the ball 60 times, which is
yeah. And you're still getting, a 60-yard receiving line with Pickens, which is probably the highest on the board with all the receivers. But I like to look at it as like, okay, so it's cold outside, say it is snow and wet, quick slants, that's easy. He might break, like the defenders might miss tackles. He could easily take off and gain, a 30, 40-yard gain in weather conditions like this as well. So us getting this, 55-yard, 56, I want to say it went up actually, because when I gave it out, actually, it was 55.5, but Cleveland they've just been getting killed by wide receiver ones as well. Pickens, he's over this number in 4 straight. You add Russ in there, that's the 4 straight games that he's over. 111, 74, 91, 89, averaging 91 yards per game with Russ. Targets have been through the roof. 8, 9, our last 4, 9, 5, 7, 12. Again, the weather conditions weren't exactly like this, but again, veteran like Russ, I expect them to still throw the ball. Pickens is over this number in 3 out of the 5 road games as well. And then just looking at Cleveland as far as like DVOA, I know some people don't necessarily know what that means, but
is that working?
There we go. Let's go.
I'll take it. I'll take it over. Tell me what you want to see. You want to see little Pickens?
Oh, is that yours, Tim?
Yeah.
Oh, nice, dude. All right, there we go. All right, you're manning the boards today, dude.
Earning my keep. Just call me Dave.
There we go.
We're talking about receiving yards for old Pickens, right?
Yep.
Here's the thing that I want to talk about real quick. Sorry to interrupt you, but Props brings in a lot of data. We use Props.cash every day. But I like to look at the projections and figure out where those come from. And obviously 23, 24 yards over that is it's not taking every factor into account, but the models like your play a lot is what I'm saying. They got them projected at 84.5 over that 60. So here you go.
Yeah, Dave and I were on Pickens as well. We put him in a builder at 25 plus yards. He's cleared that there's the chart right there. He's cleared 25 receiving yards in every single game this season. All those unders, all the red ones you see there, those were all Justin Fields games starting at that 111. I think Josh just pointed that out. Since Russ has become the quarterback, is the last 4 games there. He's averaging 91 receiving yards when he's had Russell Wilson at quarterback. So love this spot for him, and love the builder leg at 25.5. Maybe I'll just wrap that builder up real quick here. The other 2 legs we had in this one were so his teammate Najee Harris for 50 yards, which I think he's done in almost every game.
You're going rushing yards.
Rushing yards, yeah, 50 rushing yards. Yeah, sorry.
Let's get it 49.5.
So besides those 2 games right there, 50 yards, nice number for him. You think if weather's factoring into this a bit, they'll probably try to keep it on the ground a little bit more. And it just feels like an AFC North kind of game to just kind of, with these 2 coaches, like keep the ball on the ground on a short week, Thursday night. Just feels like that's the kind of game we're getting. So that's Pickens 25, Najee 50 rushing yards, and then we're going to put on Nick Chubb for 40 rushing yards. Obviously, he's not the Nick Chubb of last year, but they gave him 15 attempts last week. If you scroll down there, Tim, I think since he's come back the last 2 weeks, I think his attempts have been 15 in his first week back, and then 11 the following or just last week. So it's not like he's being limited. You see his rush yards per attempt were up to 4.5, so pretty decent last week. So I think he's rounding into form. I also like his straight line. I think it's sneaky at 52.5. He hasn't gotten there. I think it's slightly depressed because of that. So he was the play that we were on. Cleveland's got the #1 run stop win rate in the league this season, so they've been pretty good at blocking for their running backs. And I just like the fact that they're probably going to want to try to keep the ball on the ground here. I think it sets up nicely. I see it's creeping up a little bit, up to 53.5 now. So but still 52.5 on DraftKings. So that was another play. Yeah. But the builder we like: Najee 50 rushing yards, Chubb 40 plus rushing yards, Pickens 25 plus receiving yards. You can get that for plus 123. I think Dave put one out with a little profit boost before to get it up to closer to plus 200. Nice. That feels really nice for this game.
Yeah, I love those looks. I think another sneaky look could be Jaylen Warren over his receiving yards at 12.5, just with the little screen dump offs. Yeah. And weather like this, because again, yes, they're going to be running the ball a lot, but could also be a great spot for tight end and running backs. Since Russ has been at quarterback, he's over in all 4 games as well. And then as far as DVOA, Cleveland, they're allowing running backs to produce at a 21% higher clip than league average just when it comes to receiving. So, I mean, obviously you can have Najee Harris as your running back 1, but when it comes to receiving, they used Warren. Not saying they won't throw it to Najee, because last week they did throw it to Najee 4 times and he had 30 yards. I just think Warren's more so that guy. I do think Najee receiving yards could be sneaky too, but again, if Warren's in the game, it's kind of like a Justice Hill thing, in my opinion. With the Ravens, like when you see Justice Hill come in the game, you know that he's getting the ball receiving. Yeah. So Jaylen Warren over 12.5 receiving, I think is a very sneaky look as well. Potentially laddered up to maybe like 25.
Nice.
He's covered every game with Russ.
Yeah.
His games under were all Justin Fields. So that's a nice little look there.
Yeah. And you, Josh, you alluded to this. It seems like, one running back seemed like a good target in this sort of game environment. But like you also just said, check downs to the running back, screens to the tight end, those sort of very safe plays also are ones to go to. So Dave and I put another play out, one on each side of the ball. You got Pat Freiermuth, 2 receptions for the Steelers, 100% hit rate this season. On Pat for 2 receptions. And then on the other side of the ball, Jerome Ford. Now that Nick Chubb's back, he's kind of the pass catching back for this team. Jerome Ford to get 2 receptions, only has a 63% hit rate this season. But if you take him up to when he's played 50% of the snaps, which kind of eliminates games where like there was some injury or like ramp up games, 100% hit rate. Decent matchup in terms of Pittsburgh's given up the 12th most receptions to opposing running backs. So top half of the league there. So those are the 2. You put those 2 together, 2 and 2 for Freiermuth and Ford, plus 118 on FanDuel.
Yeah, I'm definitely I'm going official with this Jaylen Warren. His targets are, 3+ in every game with Russ besides the 1.
Yeah.
And if you like filter to whenever he gets at least 2+ targets, he's over in every game but 1 this season. Finished with 11. Number is at 12.5. You can get actually 10.5 on Fanatics. So that means he's covered in every game with 10. Yep, never mind. That's where I'm going right now. Let's go ahead and lock that in.
There you go.
10.5 receiving yards is crazy.
They have his receiving yards on Fanatics at 10.5.
Yeah, I'm double checking right now, but FanDuel is showing. If you go back to his receiving yards, is it on there? It's just showing on mine. Or is that what the hell? Mine's showing 10.5 on Fanatics.
Jealous.
Let me see. Let me just confirm real quick. Because
I like it either way.
Yeah, I think 12.5, 10.5, whatever. My prop stat cash is showing 10.5. I'll confirm that really fast. Just to make sure, so I'm not giving out wrong information here. Receiving yards.
while you look for it, I kind of overlapped with you guys, Tom, and I saw
It's
that.
10.5. Sorry.
It's 10.5.
Yep.
Yeah, if you're in a state with that, go smack it. I can't get that here, unfortunately, but if you can, go get it. But I'm taking the Patty Freiermuth. You know, we've been on him. You know, I love tight ends.
Yep.
And he's like this game script works better for Cleveland, but the weather and the low totals and just the nastiness, they're going to dump off to tight ends. Patty's going to get us 2, and then Njoku on the other side. Here's what I want to show you. I think I dropped this in the Discord, but I took receptions for Njoku. I took him at 4+, and Patty 2+. I think it's +110. So we're getting a +110 builder with a lot of, like, again, the negative game script for Cleveland. I think they're going to be dumping to him. But if you can get where he played with Nick Chubb, man, they switched how you find the players in here. Does yours do this too, or is it just me, where I gotta scroll through everybody? They used to have it by players.
Yeah, so now it's like they'll list the whole team. So like obviously you see it's Cleveland, and then now it's like you're scrolling through Cleveland, and then it's going to be
you just switch to Pittsburgh. Yeah.
Did I miss Jameis Winston? There he is. So with Jameis and with Nick Chubb this season, he's had 10, 5, 5, and 9 receptions.
Nice.
And his targets have been solid, no fewer than 7. Only getting red zone targets that first game, so I'm not like loving his scoring, but I really like his snap count. He's always in the game, and even his straight line, which was -105 at 4.5. DraftKings has it at even money. So in the builder, I'm all about that 4+, but the 4.5 doesn't look bad at even money either. Looking at game script, weather, and his relationship with Jameis Winston. So I think I may go straight on his receptions, just 4.5. But I really like the 4 and the 2 combo at +110. That's my favorite tonight.
I think what helps that a lot is ever since Amari Cooper got traded, it's like Njoku's kind of like year one. Like obviously they have Jerry Jeudy and stuff still, but like Njoku's pretty much that guy.
Yeah. And a tight end, man. You can't go wrong. They haven't listed as a wide receiver on here, but
he's definitely tight end.
We know. We all know where he really is.
All right.
Can I give out
anything else?
Can I give out some questions? I got 2 questions.
Yes.
Boswell, the kicker. You know I got to go kickers. 1.5. Okay. So do we think that the weather will be? It's a low scoring, low total. Points going to matter, right? Mm-hmm. Look at Chris Boswell this season. He either kicks 6 or 1. Seems like the in between. Everything else is pretty reliable. His line's at 1.5. Should we be scared of the weather? My initial feeling is to just avoid it because of weather, but at 137 for him to get 2 field goals, they're going to be relying on. They need points. Am I crazy for considering a kicker?
He's probably going to have countless attempts, honestly, because let's just say, like you say, if they can't throw the ball, I know some of us are dependent on him to throw the ball, like a lot of us up here, but if they can only run the ball and then they get in the red zone, not having much success running the ball, fuck it, kick it, get points, like you're saying. So I don't think that's a bad look, with just the fact that he may be kicking it every possession potentially.
The other option is the kicking points at plus money. If they were to score and get those field goals, I just really like the 2 field goals. I love a good 1.5.
Yeah.
And then run far away from Dustin Hopkins. Watch him hit like 6 now, but I think they are in a. I think their kicking game is all messed up. They missed 2. They missed extra point and 1 or 2 field goals in the last game. So I'd avoid that, but I really like the Chris Boswell.
The 2 field goals feels good. I like that.
And then I got one more question for you. I gotta go with a quarterback rushing. We're gonna go look at attempts instead of yards, though. Where is rush attempts? Come on, baby. There we go. Look at Russ this season, 3 and 4. With a nasty game in his head-to-head, he had 11, but this is last year. Am I crazy for liking Russ over 3.5 rushing attempts with kneel downs, halftime, blown up plays, scrambles, all that stuff. Is it maybe avoiding a handoff on a goal line because the ball's wet? You know what I mean? Like, am I thinking the right way, or you guys think I'm crazy?
I mean, pressure could still definitely be coming his way with the fact that, if it is wet, guys could be slipping off of the defenders, getting to the quarterback a little bit easier. So he might have no other choice but to run, so I don't think that's a bad look.
I don't know if it's like official yet, but for some reason that popped out at me this morning, and I was very excited by it. So I know his rushing attempts is 3.5. I don't think you can get it lower anywhere else. I was looking for some alts, but I think I'm into that, and I'm into the kicker. So that's the end of that game for me.
Yeah, if you look against Cleveland's allowed the 4th most rush attempts to opposing quarterbacks, 6.1 on the season. So
and he did 11. He did 11 against them last time head to head.
Yeah.
So
that could be a good look there. Sneaky one, Tim.
You know me. I gotta find the sneaky stuff.
Let's go. All right, you guys wanna move it to NBA, or are we done with this game? All right.
Yeah.
I think that's enough.
All right, Tim, you're gonna keep manning the boards over there for us.
Yeah.
All right, let's switch over to NBA. I'm not sure what happened to mine here, why it's not working, but
are you saying
Dave
NHL
made a comment.
is where you want to switch?
Not yet. We leave NHL. We save the best for last. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
What was Dave's comment?
That he thinks this might be a thing. You manning the props.cash screens on the podcast. He thinks this is
I want a board, sort of like election night. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get a big board, and then I'll just draw and point and scream. I think that would actually be. I'm super into that. Yep, we're doing that.
All right. Sounds good.
It is decided.
All right. Let's we got a little what is this, a four game slate tonight. Dave and I couldn't come up with much. We actually only ended up with plays from 2 of the games. So I'm not sure what Josh has. Do you have anything for Pistons Hornets, Josh?
Yeah. I do.
You do? All right. So let me intro that game real quick. We got Detroit heading into Charlotte to play the Hornets. Detroit are 2-point favorites. Totals 221.5. These teams met, I think, at least once, not twice. Definitely once earlier this season. So what we like, I have a play we were looking at from this game too. So you go with yours first, and then I'll give out mine.
All right, so I kind of like I'm just gonna go ahead and give this. I gave this out to the Discord. I'm not gonna give everything out, but I did a little parlay in this game.
All right,
plus 273, half a unit on it. We're gonna go with Jaden Ivey, 15 plus points. Okay. If you look at Jaden Ivey this season, as far as his points, he is over this number in 73% of his games on the road. He's over in 86% of his games, 6 out of 7 on 2 days rest here. He's only played 1 game on the road, actually 1 game this season total on 2 days rest. He finished with 14, so got kind of caught on the hook. But last season he was over in 71% of his games, including 5 straight. So I love Jaden Ivey here in this spot. To get 15 plus points, shooting guards against the Hornets have had some success this season as well. So I like Jaden Ivey 15. I like Tobias Harris for 10 plus points. He's over that number in almost every game this season. I want to say not every game, but pretty damn close. And
who was that second player?
Tobias Harris, 10 plus points.
Oh, okay.
He is over that number in 81% of his games. And if you look at his head-to-head against Charlotte, he's historically just cooked Charlotte.
11 straight, huh?
Yeah, 11 straight. Had 14 on him last time they played. Ivy had 21. So dumb their numbers down to 10 and 15. And then we're going to go with LaMelo Ball, 5 plus assists. The guy got humiliated last game, getting benched in the fourth quarter in a cup game. Yeah. He's kind of been like the whole talk. I think the coach was kind of trying to make a point that I feel like maybe he could have made that point in a little bit of better way and not done it in like the fourth quarter when they may have needed him. But again, he's over that number in every game against Detroit, and 79% of his games this season. Miles Bridges may be out in this game. I know that he was questionable, but I like LaMelo to probably have a really big game, just playing with a little bit of anger. Could potentially see a double-double, a vintage LaMelo here tonight. And then I stole a page out of your guys' book. I didn't realize the guy was, dishing the damn ball like this, but Brandon Miller, we're gonna go with him with 3+ assists.
There we go.
Nice. I love the Brandon Miller 3+ assists. I want to say he is over this number in every single home game this season, and head to head he's over in 3 out of 4 against Detroit. So every home game this season he's cleared that number. Getting, I want to say, his potential assist. If you can go to his potential assist right there for me, so I can just see that on his assist for 2.5. Potentials have been.
Can you see that? Okay.
Yeah. So what is that? 10, 6. He's well over, 5 potential assists a game. Is that 6 or 5? Is that 5 right there? So 4+ potential assists a game, pretty much, is what he's getting. We're looking for 3. Whenever he does get, his 4 or 5+ potentials, he's cleared. So I like the 2.5 assists with that. So that was plus 273 on Bet365. I know FanDuel has a 30% profit boost you can use for a same game parlay too, that you might get, a little bit better odds on that. But I think with the hit rates and all these guys kind of being in a favorable matchup, I like the value that we're getting there for that 4-man.
Yeah, he cashed for us. I think it was a first quarter cash the other day, I believe. Yeah, that one was that was nice. So the only play I wasn't going to give it out just because it was straight up. It was a little bit juicy, but Jaden Ivey over 3.5 assists. You can get it for -150 on FanDuel. So an amazing leg to a builder if you wanted to include it in there, but it's crept up to 4.5 assists in a bunch of books. I really don't like it as much at 4.5. But yeah, you can see what he's done. I think he had 5 in the game against Charlotte earlier at the beginning of November, I think. So I just like the minutes he's playing, and this was one that was popping out in our model. I look over those last 4 games. The assists were up for him big time. I think over those last 4 games. Is that his history against Charlotte? Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, it's a head-to-head.
Yeah.
And then he's averaging this season 32.3 minutes. He's only averaging 28 against them. In the only game he missed, he only played fewer than 22 minutes. I like it.
Yeah, that's before he was starting. Yeah, he's in the starting rotation now. So minutes are definitely up. So that was the play I like. But at -150, you probably want to put it with something else. But Josh just gave you 4 other legs from this game. If you wanted to, even Ivy, if you just want to keep it with Ivy, 15 and 4. I was just looking that up. I think that's like +105, +108. +108, yeah. So even that would be.
Or you could pair it with the field goals and do a little cross sport and get all the games.
There you go.
Because that's like 130 something. So yeah, you get a plus money there.
Yes, sir. All right, let's keep it moving. We're at 30 minutes already. Let's get the next game up here. Minnesota at Toronto. Did you have anything for that one, Josh?
I do, but it was only one thing. I don't want to give the whole VIP card away, so I'll just.
No, give it out real quick. It's all good. It's all good. We're right before tip here.
All right, cool.
Give it out.
It works. All right, that's what we're gonna do. We'll just give out the whole card.
That's it. Let's go.
We're gonna go with Julius Randle rebounds. Over 6.5. It was slightly juiced, but I love the play for Julius here. So if you look at Julius Randle, first of all, his history, he just played them recently, and he had 9 rebounds, I want to say, closer to the beginning of the season. Head-to-head, he's over that number in, 3, 6, 9, 10 straight games against them.
10 straight.
Yep. He does hook at that 6 a lot. He tends to. But, again, this is just a matchup that I really can't ignore. You look at opposing power forwards against. So if you look at Julius Randle's just rebound chances, he's averaging 14 rebound chances per game. So if you look at guys that I'm using a model here that's, if I can filter to 10 plus rebound chances a game. You got guys like Evan Mobley. He had 9 rebounds on 15 chances. You had Aaron Gordon, 11 rebounds on 16 chances. Guy like LeBron, 10 on 14 chances. Tobias had 11 on 14 chances. Pascal just had 10 on 16 chances. So all these guys are comparable to, Julius Randle. I won't be surprised if we see Julius probably get a double-double tonight, to be honest. I really, really, really wanted to ladder him up to 10. Sprinkle on his double-double, but I think Julius Randle's rebounds is a go over the 6.5. You can play 6 if you want to use it as like a parlay piece, but Julius Randle for me here in this spot is a smash spot.
Nice. Yeah. All right. That's one from that game. You got Scotty Barnes coming back for Toronto there. So not sure, the rotations will change up a little bit. His point line, Dave and I were talking about his point line at 17.5. It seemed pretty good, but he's probably going to be limited in minutes when he's not playing 30 something minutes. It's hard for him to get to that scoring level. So we stayed off this game. Let's move on to the next one. We got the Jazz going to San Antonio. San Antonio are 3-point favorites at home. Total is 224. In this one, we had a little mini builder. I don't know why, but I think this guy might be Dave's, at least is one of his favorite NBA players to bet on. John Collins.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's always with the John Collins.
I love John Collins.
Yeah. 10 plus points all day, every day.
Yeah.
He's just a monster.
So this one is a little mini builder. 2 assists and 8 rebounds for John Collins, plus 102 on FanDuel. He's 5 for 5. He's cleared both the assists and the rebound legs in 5 games without Walker Kessler. This season, Kessler is out. They've played the Spurs twice already this season. He's cleared both these lines in both games against the Spurs. So awesome hit rates. These were popping out in the model. And since it was kind of slim pickings today, we ended up on a John Collins builder. What do you guys think about this one?
I love it. No Wemby either. So it's not like you're going to have some, alien taking every rebound away from him.
That's right.
I love that look.
All right. Do you have anything from this game?
Collins builder?
Yeah. Chris Paul's assist. 8.5. You can play it to 10 in my opinion. Against this Jazz team, they're horrible at allowing assists. He's already covered against the Jazz twice this season. Has a good hit rate against them over in 6 out of 8 games. Against them over in 10 out of 15. Only over in 1 out of 2 games without Wemby. But you see in his last game without Wemby, he had 11 assist minutes. He played 30 plus minutes last game. I think you're going to kind of see his minutes stay up, especially against a team like Utah. Kind of moves fast pace, allow a lot of transition points. They need a guy like Chris Paul in there to facilitate in transition. So I think the over 8.5 assists is definitely a go.
Who is he passing the ball to? Wemby's out, Vassell's out, Jeremy Sohan's out. Like, who's scoring for this team?
Freaking Champagne.
Yeah, he's Harrison Barnes. I got Keldon Johnson, I guess.
Johnson, Stefan Cassell, he's doing good.
Yeah.
They got a few guys. You just got, a couple guys are just, hungry to play, I guess. Honestly.
I guess that's what it is, yeah. All right, that's do you have anything else from this one?
That was it.
No, yeah. All right. Final game of the night. You got the Magic. I think they're on a back-to-back. I think they played the Clippers yesterday, right? Now they're playing the Lakers here in LA tonight. Lakers are 5-point favorites at home. Total is lowest total of the night, 215.5, as most Magic games are. Best defense in the league. So I had a couple from this one. Let me pull up my notes right here. Let's start with, I had a 4-leg little mini builder, but let's start with the straight play. Dave and I were like in Austin Reeves in this game, points over 16.5 points. You could see he has cleared this in, 8 of his last 9 games overall. Averaging like, what was that? I don't know, about 18 points over those 9 games. There's the chart right there. Hold on, sorry. There we go. Pulling up our notes from the model here. There we go, picks. So Austin Reaves, 71% hit rate this season, 80% over his last 10 games. DVP of 15, so middle of the pack. And he's at his position, 55%, 55th percentile scorer, projected for 33 minutes in this game. So not the best matchup against Orlando. But the other one that was popping out in our model is AD, but at 26.5. You can see that line's even come down. That line was 28.5 a couple days ago, but against this Orlando team, it's got to come down a little bit. But we went with the guard, Austin Reaves. I think you got some nice. Oh, that's what it was. You have some nice comps here. Let me pull this up. Austin Reaves. So shooting guards against Orlando. I think there was some nice comps. Yeah, Jared McCain 29, Jordan Poole 24, Brandon Boston 26. Where else? Even, Kyrie 17, Donovan Mitchell 22, Josh Giddey 20. So a bunch of shooting guards. Cam Thomas 24. So I think that shapes up nicely for Austin Reaves in this one. What were you liking in this game, Josh?
Yeah, I'm on, the other guard, Dalton Connect. You're giving me a 12.5 point line with this guy. He's
monster
been playing,
game last game.
coming off a monster game, like you said. Last 4 games, he's played 38, 37, 26, 31 minutes. If you filter his minutes to at least 21 plus, we got to expect that, okay, this guy is going to stay in the starting lineup. LeBron loves him. Yep. So if you filter, like 21 plus minutes this season, he's over in 5 out of 6 games in this matchup, or in this span, averaging pretty much 20 points a game. They kind of moved Reaves to that point guard position and benched D'Lo, and put Dalton at the 2. Then you got LeBron 3, 4, whatever. But at 12.5 points, I have to play it. I mean, he shot 12 for 16, 10 for 17, 6 for 11, 7 for 8. I mean, the guy's just on fire. He's playing with confidence right now. And then, like you said, shooting guards, if you're going to probably look to attack somebody on this Magic, it's shooting guards. Like you said, D-Book had 17, which is, not that good for D-Book, but over that 12.5 mark. McCain 29, Poole 24, Boston 26. Yeah. So 12.5 points. I think that's a buy low spot. Could be a trap, but
I just worry about with the rookie in there against this tough Orlando defense. Like, I don't know if they, Jalen Suggs has become one of the best on-ball defenders in the league, and they can throw him, on if they wanted to shut him down. If he got hot, I could see them doing that. So I think, even KCP, great defender. They're just a great all-around defensive team.
100%.
The guy is just, look at his last 27 and 37 points, his last 2 games.
And it's not like those were any, we got to look at kind of like the teams that he's playing too. Like
New Orleans and Utah.
Yeah, they're not the best defensively.
But 12.5 seems doable, right? We're not playing this at 18.5, right?
Exactly. And he's going to take 10 plus shots. And then you got one of the greatest players ever, trying to find him on back doors. And Austin Reaves been kind of become like a facilitator as well, a really good one.
Yeah.
And then, McCain's kind of trying to make a case for, rookie of the year. I got Connect right now. If, things keep going to be like that rookie year, like obviously Zach Edey's in there, but he's been hurt. But McCain's been balling, and I think Connect's like, all right, well, I think those two are about to duke it out. So
I think if he's got LeBron's backing too, some of those comments LeBron made the other day, I think he could make that happen.
Can only
for
give
him.
You confidence to keep playing.
For sure.
Good, you know what I mean?
For sure. So speaking of LeBron, he was I have a 4-leg builder. It's a Franz Wagner, LeBron James rebound and assist builder. Let's start with LeBron. So it's LeBron's 6 assists and 6 rebounds. The assists, he's cleared in, I believe this is 11 of his last 13 games this season. and monster. I mean, 6 assists for him is nothing lately. Look at his last few games, 13, 16, 14, 12. I mean, just really the playmaking is next level from LeBron. And then 6 rebounds, another one that he's cleared in 9 of his last 10 games. And you see it's been ticking up. So he was a little bit lower at the start of the season, but just in the last 5-6 games, 12, 10, 12, 16 rebound games. So I like LeBron 6 and 6. And then we go over to Franz, who I said to Dave, he's an all-time PTM favorite. I feel like we haven't played him enough this season. So excited to get to play Franz tonight. 4 assists for Franz. He's cleared in 10 of 11 games that he's played without Paolo Banchero since he went down to injury. 10 of 11 games, 91% hit rate on 4 assists. And I just love the symmetry of this play. 4 rebounds for Franz. Also, 10 of 11 games since Banchero went down to injury this season. So nice 6 and 6 for LeBron, 6 and 6 for Banchero, and you get perfect even money plus 100. I love this play for this game.
I love that. And then the thing with like Franz is like since Paolo's gone down, it's almost like SGA last year where it's just like he's matchup proof. Like he's gonna score 28 to 30 points on you, and you're not going to do a damn thing about it. It's crazy. Like outside of the last game, he had 14, but prior to that, 32, 29, 31, 32. I mean, he was just a matchup nightmare. And like some of those matchups were really, really tough for him as far as like what the numbers say. And he was cooking.
Yeah, he's got the ball in his hands a lot.
Yeah.
Let's see. I saw on YouTube here we had a couple questions. I think Jalen. Somebody was asking about Jalen Suggs assists from this game. We want to pull up Suggs assists. We could take a quick look at that. Yeah, 2.5. It's
I mean, he has a good matchup, but it's just like you never know with Suggs.
Oh man, look who it is. Dave, what's up?
What's up, buddy?
Dude, Jonesy finally made it on. I was like, I rushed home from the dentist to make sure I made a guest appearance. So
let's go.
Perfect.
Listening to the pod the whole way. You guys are doing awesome.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Just gave out that LeBron Franz banger of a play that we put together this morning.
Excellent.
Just taking a look. We had a couple questions in the YouTube chat here asking about Suggs assists. Seemed a little up and down for me. I think he's got his hands full defensively a lot of the time. So I don't know.
And what's crazy, he's averaging like 10 potentials a game. It just doesn't translate.
They're not converting, huh?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, he's averaging about 9.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't love it.
Look how it's tailed off too. You look at those potential assists. Like there's like a downward trend there. It feels like a bit.
Well, yeah. Look, 7, 5, 7, 6, 6, and then it's just been.
Yeah. I wonder if that coincides with let's see, without Banchero there. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I bet that has something to do a lot with it. Honestly.
Yeah. All right, I would lay off Chi-Town Kicks. I would lay off that one. Yeah, he's on a back-to-back.
That's Chi-Town that asked that question?
That was Chi-Town, yeah.
That's my guy. He's in the Discord too.
Yeah. He's also Chi-Town's also asking about Reeves assists. So that was the play. I think Dave, we spoke about that this morning, right?
We did. D'Angelo Russell was actually popping in our model, and we just didn't like going with any props for D'Lo just because his minutes are obviously trailing with. He's fallen out of favor with JJ. So.
Hates him.
Yeah. But Austin Reeves is kind of the alternative point guard. I mean, LeBron is kind of a point guard there too. But yeah, Austin Reeves 4.5 assists is nice. I think also Austin Reeves PA to combine with the points prop that we put out. That's also nice. Either of those I think are good looks.
Yeah. And then this kind of goes to your Jabari said in YouTube, Franz 31.5 points and assists. Josh was just talking about how his scoring's been
it's been through the roof. He's almost just been like seriously like SGA last year was just like matchup proof. Like outside of the last game, he didn't play too good against the Clippers. But I mean, you can see the last 4 out of 5, whatever you want to go, 7 out of 8.
Look at our boy Franz. So proud of him.
It's about time, man. We talked about Franz like every other pod last year, so
Yeah.
He's never covered head to head though.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on that.
yeah.
How has he
Yeah.
been on 0 days rest this season? Well, I guess it's it's kind of tough with Paulo. His usage is going up tremendously without.
Yeah, look at that.
without
He's got to be
Paulo.
one of the highest usage guys in the league right now.
Yeah.
100%. Let's see.
Yeah, there's the full season, and then there's 0 days rest.
Yeah, he has like a 32% usage rate this season, roughly.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I don't know about it in this spot here. I mean, I do love Franz, but low total, right? What was it, 212?
All these games today were like 220 or lower, so I think around there. So I would, don't go too crazy on the NBA today.
Yeah. And just real quick, I see somebody posted, anybody playing Jaylen Warren over 10.5 receiving yards? That line apparently has jumped up to 15.5 real quick. So
This guy is.
Yeah, didn't we? We just talked about that earlier, right?
Yeah. Fanatics was the only book that was
It's going up.
giving out 10.5 on the receiving yards. Every other book was 12
yeah,
and
he
a
said,
half,
Fanatics.
15.5.
So they caught up.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yep.
DraftKings still has it at 12.5, so
There you go.
That's insane.
seems good value there.
All right, play light on this slate. Not a lot was popping out in the model today. Only 4 games. Thursday Night Football also seems like play a little cautiously. But Tim, got some NHL
Yeah, let's do it real
bangers
quick.
for us.
Sorry, we're keeping
Let's go.
people. We're keeping people, but it's worth.
This is the moment everyone's been waiting for.
Yeah. So if you if you're in the Discord, you already saw this earlier, but we have a Jamie Benn style. Jamie Benn yesterday was just set up really nicely. Tonight we have no Ovi. Alex Ovechkin, who is closing in on Gretzky's goal total, is injured. So somebody's got to step up. McMichael and Dylan Strome, but McMichael at minus 120 is a great straight play for a point tonight. He's coming into his own. You can look at last season versus what he's doing this year. It's a different player, different role. And tonight against Colorado, who gives up 3.7 goals a game, and they are 31st against the center position. He will be playing in the left wing with Dylan Strome on the power play line. So we're looking. We love power plays because you get the how many minutes they got. They're actually not that bad. So that straight away 1 point, and then so Connor McMichael for a point. And then Dylan Strome. If you could stack the two, I'm a big fan of that. Where I am right now, they won't let me, but I know most books you could do 1+1+. You'll get a really nice plus money play. But the two of them correlated tonight. They'll be on the ice together sometimes, and they're going to be the two guys that have to step up for Ovi. So I really like those. I really like Strome mixed with anybody tonight. But then I'll just go over real quickly a couple more that I'm looking at. Sorry, I'm going to pull it up. Cale Makar, who's playing out of on the other side of the ice tonight. Washington's a little bit better on defense, but Cale Makar puts up points, and his line dropped from 1.5 to 1. So it's like if you paired him with Dylan Strome, you get like a plus 120. And then there's a couple other ways you could play him, but I like him for a point tonight as well. And then let's look real quick. So Dylan Strome, 5-5, 5 of his 5 last games, 3 out of 4 versus Colorado. 10 out of 11 at home. Colorado ranks 31st against the center. Connor McMichael, same team as Dylan Strome, 12 out of his last 16, 8 out of his 8 last home games, 100%. Again, 31%. Cale Makar is 14 out of 16 last games, 17 out of 20. He's just a monster. Braden Point playing out of Tampa Bay tonight. You can also get him 1+ point. I like him to score a goal tonight. But 6 of 6, 8 of 8 in the last away games, 100% on both sides. I absolutely am riding him tonight. And then phrasing. And then Jordan Kyrou is a sneaky one. Walla definitely brought up the goaltending change in San Jose, but San Jose gives up like 28th in scoring. And I really like him to get involved as well. If you get in the Discord, there's a few other things in here. I'm putting out a couple guys, but Dylan Strome, Braden Point. And if you look over at, sorry, I got a couple other sneaky ones in here. And then you look in that Cale Makar, Connor McMichael, Dylan Strum. That's what we're looking at tonight.
All right.
So that's a quick NHL. Get in the Discord. We got plenty of information there. Wallace putting out cheat sheets every day that are incredible. We're finding some sneaky ones like Connor McMichael, but don't sleep on the NHL, especially when the games like tonight when you get the Browns playing.
Yes, sir. All right, Dave, anything? Any last comments? You joined us late. Did you have any words of wisdom? No?
I got nothing. You guys just gave out like 25 picks, so I think
yeah, that's a lot of picks.
I think I can't give much more than that.
All right.
Good stuff, guys.
Yeah, thanks. I love the background there today, Tim, Josh. Thanks for joining. Good to see you on here. It's been a minute, so always nice chopping it up with you. Yeah,
I got to get back in the rhythm of being on here more often. Honestly,
Absolutely.
Anytime.
Man.
Yeah. All right. Well, nice work today, guys. We got 3 sports going on, bunch of picks for all of them. So pick your favorites, lock them in, and let's all make some money tonight.
Hell yeah, guys.